All right. Hello. Why is the game? There we go. Hello and welcome everybody to Trackalicious Monday stream. Hope everyone is having a great night tonight. It is the rookie stream here at Zolder. It's going to be quite the exciting one tonight. We got 26 drivers currently on the grid. Still 2 minutes left in free practice. Probably a couple more to join. This will be the GT4 League here. Currently, times that we're looking at in free practice. Let's see, let's get them up. Looking at the 136.5s and roughly around that time as well. Lots of drivers very close here tonight. I would imagine it will be the same in the race. Hope everyone in chat is having a great time as well. Some game audio up in here. Yes, hello, it's the wonderful Hi in chat. Wonderful. So currently, Luis Castro, top on the time charts right now in that BWT AMG. Behind that, we have Bob Robson chilling in the pits right now. No surprise there, though. 3/10 off the pace, surprisingly not on pole. Has a bit of a playmate now up in that pole position, as well as Kyle Hamp. All right, fine, I'll say it properly. Kyle Hampshire. Hampshire. Wait, Hampshire? There we go, Hampshire. He's gonna love me for this one, as I absolutely butchered his name last week, and I will probably continue to do so this week. Why? Because I'm an ignorant American. It's how it goes sometimes. He's driving the Maserati, though, this week. Absolutely love to see it. Hampshire. Wait. I gotta think about it. I'm thinking too much now. Hampshire? He's not gonna be too happy with me, but that's okay. 2/10 off pole, though. Currently sitting there in second position, beating Bob Robson out in the free practice session. 10 seconds to go in this till we come to the checkered flag, where the drivers will have the remaining time to set a lap. Maserati, though, sounding epic as ever. We see in front of them, we have a bit of wow, there's quite a bit of Camaro action this week here. We have Pulsatrix in the Camaro, we have Fujikawa in the Camaro, and we also have Kevin Hanley in the Camaro. Seems like every week we're growing one. By the end of the season, we're going to have a grand total of, well, 6 Camaros. That'd be pretty cool, though. Drivers now, though, wrapping up their lap. Kyle here. On a push lap currently. I think, though, that's Fujikawa in front of him. Gonna be holding on just a little bit, but it's free practice. Is what it is. This track very much determined on the chicanes. And I'm not going to try to be pronouncing the turns too often. There's a couple turns here that I definitely can pronounce. The Villeneuve chicane. That'll be... Yeah, I can't really turn like right here if my mouse cursor was there. But other than that, the rest of the turn names, we're not really going to try too hard on here. Drivers, though, all of them going to be barreling out on a track here. 12 minutes in the qualifying session, these GT4 cars. All going to be trying to get that lap as quick as possible. Zolder, somewhat the Monza of... I mean, it's just similar to Monza. I don't know. It's, like I say, very determined on the chicanes. That's where you're going to make or break the time on the laps. Very determining on the curbs as well. If you take too much curbs, can very easily send you into the stratosphere. And typically that's not the racing line. But I would imagine Bob Robson here, drivers like him, along with drivers like Casey Schutte, honestly. I think that's one we're going to see here shining tonight in that Aston Martin. Driver who has improved massively since joining the series. Daniel Versosa down here in the Ginetta. Sounds like a little electric car. It's not. Massive hairpin down here. This is very tricky turn. Oh, that's not. Okay, never mind. That's not the hairpin. There's a lot of drivers on track right now. But Versosa on his lap currently. Driver in front of him is going to be that 15 car of Kyle Henley. So some quite spicy cars on track tonight. A lot of variety, lots of that is, I don't think, the fastest way through that chicane from Versosa there. Wasn't Henley, my bad. That was Austin Fujikawa then. Pulse Tricks here. Just going to be starting their lap. But we will see here the 15 car of Henley going to be coming across the line to finish their first lap here at Zolder. Going to be setting a time here of invalid. That's why it's not showing up. All right, well, we will see. Probably the Bob Robson here, 39 car, is not on an invalid lap. So they will be coming across the line now, setting a lap for that pole position, 137.3. I'd imagine we will see it topped by the end of this session. If not by himself, then someone else. 139.2 there from Weaver. Tomzik beating it out with a 138.9. 138.9 as well from Polgarin. Casey Schutte there. Coming in there with a 138.3. Other drivers are going to be coming across the line very quickly here. I think not quite Donnelly yet. Let's see here. The 5 car we'll hop on board with. Going to be Eric Gukasian here. Coming across the line in that KTM. Setting the lap for 8th position currently. 4 seconds off the pace. Going to be a 141.3. Going to be trying to look to improve that lap massively by the end of the session, I would imagine. Kyle Hampshire is going to be taking pole position currently with a 137.1. Bob Robson, though, on a stormer of a lap. Going to be coming to it close very soon here. Going to be rounding the final chicane. All about maximizing that minimum speed there. Carrying it through onto the start-finish straight to come across the line here. 9 seconds, or 9/10 up on his lap. Going to come across the line for that pole position, 136.4. Very nice lap indeed. But Kyle getting caught up in traffic a little bit, it looks like. I think that McLaren, though, getting out of the way fairly quickly. He will be improving on this lap. Casey Schutte, though, as well, coming across the line right now. 9/10 up on his lap. Not quite a position improvement, but improving his time nonetheless. It's going to put him a bit off the, just a little bit off the pace. Right behind, well, now, Castro jumping up in there as well. Luis with a stormer of a lap. Other drivers not quite improving just yet. Alejandro here is 2/10 up on his lap. Has about half of it to go, just entering the 3rd sector right now. Or 2nd sector, excuse me. So, plenty of time to make up, plenty of time to lose. We'll jump back with him towards the end of this lap. Let's see here. Mark Valencer is on a very nice lap. Currently sitting in P23, 7 seconds off the time. Currently improving by a good margin. Needs to in order to gain a couple positions. But doing so currently, so we can carry this speed throughout the rest of the lap here. This is going to be coming into the final chicane now, getting ready to come through the final corner. And accelerating as soon as he can. Yellow flag there for just no reason. Thank you, marshals. Coming across the line, that will bring him up to P18 there. Nice improvement on his previous time. Let's take a look at some Camaro action here. Fujikawa not improving on that previous lap, but going to be pushing hard on this one. As well here, the BMW. A very nice livery from Patrick. Patrick here going to be trying to sneak in there to gain a couple positions. Comes across the line, does gain 2 positions there. Gets beaten out quickly though by another. Kyle still a little bit off the pace. 2/10 off currently. 1/10 up on his lap. Half of it to go though. Plenty of time to recover. Oh, but that is a lot of curb there. That Maserati absolutely clobbering it, gaining a good bit of time though. Currently 2.5 up on their lap. That's going to be enough for pole position currently. Luis Castro though as well on a very nice improvement on his lap. Luis Castro just a tiny bit up the road from him. We'll stick with Kyle Hampshire here. Hampshire. As it's rounding into the final straight here. Going to be coming into the final chicane. Trying to maximize that speed into it. Taking as much curb as you can without unsettling that car. Getting that front end to bite. That car wanting to step out. Losing a little bit of time there on the exit. Comes across the line. 3/10 up. That will be enough for pole position by a 1/10.5. Bob Robson currently not on a lap to contest, at least just yet. Has about half of it to go, but currently not gaining any. A little bit down on his previous time, or about equal. Paula Brady has managed to pull it up into 7th position here. Currently 10th up on her lap. Going to be trying to get in front of Seckham here. Does, and as well gets in front of Pulsatrix. So Pulsatrix in that Camaro. Getting beaten out currently by Paula Brady. Pulsatrix in the pits. I think they will have time for one more lap if they choose to. Mike Burkhoff here on a nice improvement, 4/10 up. Will be coming across the line. Improves a good couple positions. Up to 9th. 2.5 roughly off the pole time. Kyle is... What the heck happened there? Oh man, I didn't even get to see... Okay, well, I went back in time for no reason. Kyle looked like he ended up in the barrier there. A little hard. That's okay. Coming to the end of qualifying here. These drivers are going to have one more lap. Ooh, clutch. West Coast Mike, welcome. You got it, brother. Enjoy the lurking. Hope your stream went really well tonight. Currently just coming to the end here of qualifying. Paula Brady not quite up on her time just yet. Pulsatrix in the pits. Casey Schutte as well. Luis Castro up on the time, but good bit to go. Versosa in that Alpine, or excuse me, in the Ginetta. Ginetta here coming into The final chicane, going to be improving on their time a good bit. Will it be enough, though, to improve position? Currently sitting in P13. Can they manage to take it up to P12? Improving 4/10 on the time, but not quite. Getting a little bit closer to Holly. Not quite enough. Is going to return to the pits. That will be the end of the session there for Versosa. Other drivers still on track. Mike Burkov here, 10th up. That will be enough to contest with Washed, but TJ Washed here as well, up on their time. So it looks like it will be a shootout here for 7th position, probably even up to 6th position. Casey Schutte here, or excuse me, Second will be coming out of the session here. Second with a 137.6. Currently TJ Washed with a 137.8. And improving on their lap. Actually, bit of an error it looks like they've had. Has lost quite a bit of time. That's not going to help them whatsoever. I don't think they will be improving on this lap. TJ Washed is going to have to settle for at least 7th position, but Mike Burkov is going to be closely, well, has a bit of the track to go, but is going to be wanting to take that position from him. Currently 2/10 up on the time, 137.9 from him. Has to beat a 137.8. We also see Dimitri down here. Oh, clobbering the curb on that chicane in that Porsche. Gonna put an end to their lap, unfortunately. And that will be the end of the session there. Bob Robson taking pole position with Luis Castro in second. Casey Schutte bringing up that 3rd spot. And Paula Brady bringing up 4th position. Very nice lap indeed. Kyle Hampshire, why does it say that Kyle Hampshire is on pole in... Okay, I don't know. Kyle might be on pole. If so, we'll just read the... So Kyle Hampshire on pole, Bob Robson in 2nd, Luis Castro 3rd, Casey Schutte in 4th, Paula Brady in 5th. We have Paul Strix down there in 6th. Second in 7th. TJ Washed in 8th. And Mike Burkov in 9th. Ricardo Sapien in 10th. Alejandro Pulgarin in 11th. Tomzik down here in 12th. Holly in 13th. Versosa in 14th. Weaver 15th. Gibber in 16th. Fujikawa in 16th. 15th. Oh my. 17th. 18th here for Eric Costian. Patrick D. Patty D. PD. His internet died. Okay. That explains it. Well, hopefully he does make it back in time for that race. But we will do an official grid rundown here. I'm running out of fluid in my... I'm not going to say that. I need to drink water is what I'm trying to say. So we will redeem a quick hydrate from myself and as well as chat. Get that hydrate in. Just a nice little reminder to everyone. Posture check as well. For everyone sitting up straight. My posture was actually fairly on point this time. Cup of coffee. I do need something for that. Freaking West Coast Mike. Pronouncing these words all incorrectly. Oh my. I'm not sure what's happening currently. We're seeing some very bouncy cars. Did I say west? Oh my. My brain's functioning right now. Yes, I know that. My brain maybe had said them backwards, and if I did, brilliant, brilliant. Rather than making fun of you, I will just stick with my own. Well, I'm just kind of making fun of myself at this point. What the heck is going on here with this session? Everyone is currently there we are. Okay. Pretty much, yeah. Now, we are actually into the waiting. It is pretty easy, but my brain does need to be functioning for that. Bob Robinson here, though. And that 39 McLaren taking that pole position. We have the 212 of Luis Castro in the AMG. Running up second, Casey Schutte taking third position. Paula Brady bringing up fourth, just about contesting for that. Hopefully as well, all of these positions do get bumped back one, but I'm not sure we will see that, as we've seen a disconnect here from the I think actual pole sitter, Bob Robson. Yeah, I think Kyle Hampshire was on pole. Eric on podium. You got it, man, dude. That is... You're asking a lot. Let's just say that. No, there are no pit stops in this one. Just going to be a 20-minute race to the end. Pulsatrix, though, right behind, or lining up next to, I should say, Paula Brady, second behind her. And bringing up that 7th position, we see TJ Washed. Mike Burkov in the KTM, bringing up that 8th place. Ricardo Sapien in 9th. Alejandro Pulgarin in 10th. We have Steven Tomczyk. I want a better camera angle. Yeah, all these camera angles suck. Whatever. Come on, Zolder. We have John Hawley sitting down in P12. Not quite the greatest qualifying from them. Seen definitely better. I'm just throwing shade. John Hawley might not be the track for the McLaren. I don't know. I've never driven the 650. What? I don't think that's supposed to happen. I would imagine we might get a restart here. But we will see. As we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I guess if every driver starts in the pits, then... Green light. Go, go, go. Yes, restarting. Okay, good. Lurk while you lather your coconuts with some Irish Spring. I don't think I needed that much information, but I'll take it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the information. In fact, I know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to discard it. Thank you for sharing, Mike Clutch. Love you as always. Just go lather yourself. I don't need to hear it. But we're gonna have a little bit of a race restart or a server restart. It looks like, actually, server being a bit funky. Go ahead and have a quick rejoin.
Green light, show them what you got.
Everyone coming back into that server. Free practice. I would imagine we will just end it. We are gonna have a repeat of qualifying. I don't know about that. I think we will just maybe redo the grid order. Admins are gonna have fun with that one. Or it looks like there will be quali. Last session was a lie. True, just Kunos things. Yeah, that was very weird. But nonetheless, gives us a little bit of time. Holy loudness. Thank you for the gifted subscription. JSEC, much appreciated. Giving that over to PRD.
Go, go, go.
Eric will, in fact, be receiving that. Don't worry about that. Man, gifted 6 subscriptions in the channel. JSEC, you're awesome. So we will see a very short qualifying, sprint qualifying, in fact. Drivers now all going to be rushing out on track. This is going to be insane, actually. So we will see how these drivers do manage from here. Be very interesting to see. Currently, Bob Robson leading the field. Right behind him. In fact, actually, let's bring up the... Oh, I'm not even in the right view. There we are. Oops. There we go. So, coming out, everyone is going to be out on track. So, like I said, this will be an extremely interesting qualifying session. See how it turns out towards the end here. 20-minute sprint race, 20-minute, or excuse me, like a very short qualifying. Second now, we're currently looking at going to be leading, or currently right behind Bob Robson. These drivers, not too much space. As we see back here, at least, John Hawley leading a very large pack. Has a good bit of space there too. I think that's Ricardo Sapien behind him. But nonetheless, everybody is on track. And drivers are starting their laps and have already done so as well. We see the 103 car, Seckham, as well as the 39 car, Bob Robson. We'll jump on board. In fact, actually, we'll jump on board here with Seckham. And, well, we'll stay on board with Bob Robson. We're already here. I respect that, JSEC. I just saw that, sorry. Taking a good amount of curbing there. Coming onto the start-finish straight. I think actually this will be their starting lap. Yes, okay. Oh, starting their first lap. 137.0, not quite the fastest lap we saw. We were seeing times in the 136's last qualifying session. TJ Washed taking that second position, Alejandro Pogarin in third. Justin Seckham down here in fourth currently. Lots of drivers, though, going to be coming across the line very, very quickly. We'll jump down here with Tomzik as we see this massive pack. It will sort itself out here. These drivers going to have one, potentially two more laps if they can use it wisely. Will be quite difficult, though. Some of these drivers will not have the opportunity for another lap. So the sprint qualifying being, well, a sprint. Kind of goes without saying. Nonetheless, though, We have Bob Robson leading it currently with Luis Castro in that second position, 2/10 off the pace. And getting held up in traffic. That's very unfortunate for him. Looking like, I think that's Camaro there of Fujikawa. And getting held up quite massively, unfortunately for him. Bob Robson will be coming into the final chicane now, improving on his lap once again. He'll have the chance to do one more. See if he did fuel for that, and if he didn't push his tires to the cliff with that as well. But improves his pole position time into the 136s, 136.9. We do see Kyle Hampshire back here. Currently down in third position in that Maserati. 4/10 off the pace. About 5. Well, that's a lot of curb. But as we've seen before, I think that is the quickest line. GT4 is able to take a lot of curb compared to the GT3 cars. GT3 cars relied on mostly that invisible mumbo jumbo magic stuff that's known as downforce. These GT4 cars very reliant on the mechanical grip with the suspension and the tires. Both classes obviously requiring a very specific amount of skill in their own right, but GT4 is more like racing a road car than a race car. Kyle Hampshire will be coming across the line here and taking pole position. At least preliminary, 136.5 from him. Bob Robson is going to be coming through the final chicane right now. 4/10 up on his lap. Can he manage to take that pole position? Has not the greatest final chicane, losing time onto the start-finish straight. I don't know if this is going to be enough. Stays in second, 100th off of that pole time. 18 thousandths. Luis Castro also improving though, wanting him to take that time. 7/10 up currently. That will be enough for pole if he can manage to hold it. We'll see. Went onto the back straight into the final chicane here. We'll hop on board with him. And he does not come across the line in time. Luis Castro is going to have to settle for that third position. Kyle Hampshire taking pole. Bob Robson in second. Luis Castro third. TJ Washed in fourth. That's awesome, JD. You should work on learning another track, I would say. Monza is a very fun track in that it has a it's a very fast track. But one of the tracks that I would really recommend learning, I know it's one of the more challenging ones, but Silverstone is a track that as well, very high speed, lots of very high swinging corners. And I think personally, one of my favorite tracks. A very nice one to learn. Has slow speed, high speed, everything you could possibly want. And the Aston Martin V8, not a bad choice either. But hopefully you're enjoying the game. G29. That is the wheel that I also had when I started, and still have, quite frankly. Hopefully this actually works. As we see the drivers now not getting transferred into the next session. And are we going to see more donuts? Yep, we are. Yeah, Barcelona. Barcelona is a test track for a reason. So is France. They are very, very good tracks to learn for the criticals of just driving mechanics and whatnot. Barcelona does not suck. Barcelona's a great track. I actually love Barcelona. Like you say, it has a little bit of everything in it. And I absolutely love tracks like Coda is like that, but extreme. Nissan GTR, that's a bit of a handful, I will say. Posture check, good reminder. Thank you, Joyce. Sit up straight, everyone else. But I'd recommend sticking with the car and trying a new track. I think the Aston Martin V8, not a terrible choice whatsoever. Just learning how to drive any car in this game is going to be helpful. Vulcan, welcome. How's it going? But the best way to learn would be, I think, driving other tracks. Also, we happen to have a rookie league, in case you didn't know, which is what you're watching currently. And if you are interested, feel free to check out the Discord and our sim grid, where we have, this is where, well, rookies come. We have rookies in the true sense of the name. Valencer, I think, is, oh no, there's, I can't remember exactly who now. They've been here in a little bit, but we're getting rookies every single week. Silverstone is my favorite track in the game to drive. I would highly recommend Silverstone. It has a good amount of runoff area. You're not going to go and slamming into the barrier. And it has low speed, medium speed, and high speed. Oh, Crispy is a true rookie here. How do you pronounce your last name there? Is it Melissa? This is going to be a juicy start. Might as well here, I guess, get the grid rundown rolling here. Decent camera angle, kind of, somewhat. I mean, this will work for a good few cars. Kyle Hampshire bringing up pole position once again, and actually in the server this time. Bob Robson going to be taking that pole second position. Luis Castro behind him in the BWT AMG, and Paula Brady in fourth position. TJ Washed down here in fifth. We have Justin Seckham in sixth position. Ricardo Sapien in seventh. 20 gift subs to whoever punts. Okay. Throwing a little bit of shade there. But also, good reminder to hydrate. I need to hydrate a little bit. Mouth getting a little dry. 20 minutes left to go. 20 minutes left to go. I haven't even started yet. 20 minutes to go in this race. Yes, there is a Mazda in P1. Holy cow. Why are we're Noah's Ark already? What the heck? We're going about, okay. We're lining up already and we're green here. We're racing here in, not Barcelona. Jesus. I wasn't ready for that. Side-by-side action into T1 there. The Maserati lined up with Kyle Hampshire and Bob Robson. Luis Castro trailing behind just a little bit under pressure. We see side-by-side action. Paula Brady pressuring there as well. But behind that, TJ Washed side-by-side with Justin Seckham. Seckham looking like he's going to get by as well. TJ Washed going to be falling into the grips maybe of Mike Burkhoff. Mike Burkhoff in that KTM doing a great job so far. I think has gained a couple positions from the start. We'll see here. Now, rounding the chicane, we see Mike Burkhoff making a nice move there. Bit of an error we saw from Washed. And we'll compromise it. We'll see it. Polgarin as well is going to have a good opportunity. Not quite as they tuck in for the chicane. That's going to be that opportunity out the window And then Weaver is going to have one now. Behind that, we see some action. We see quite a bit of action. The polystyrene barrier, or the elf barrier. There's oil on the track, but not in the sense that you would normally expect it. Oh, and that Camaro getting a little bit out of shape. Or is that a Camaro or is that a BMW? That was a BMW. There's a lot of action happening. Patrick Melessa, we see here. A true rookie in the sense of the word, as they popped into chat there right before. Melessa. Oh, Melessa. Okay, Melessa is going to be down here. Currently in P17, doing a great job of it. Had a little bit of contact. It happens on the first lap. You see pit from Ricardo Sapien. Not sure what happened there, if he returned or drove in. Zayas here. Down in P15. Going to be chasing down Elmer. But so far, everyone's surviving. Pretty much. Mostly everyone's surviving. Kyle losing out to that first position to Bob Robson. Bob Robson taking that pole and walking away with it for about 8/10 currently. Let's get up to relatives. And we see a move there from Luis Castro. Great move. I think a bit of an error from Kyle and compromised his exit. And that'll give the entry. And oh, there's a bit of contact into the chicane. A little bit of bumping and banging. That's all right. It happens. Kyle Hampshire, though, gonna take advantage of that. Paula Brady trying to sneak out anything she can from behind. Currently 1/10 off of Luis Castro. Can she make anything of it? Into the tight hairpin. Not quite. Gonna have to also be looking in the rearview mirror of to be defending from second. There's a lot of work to do. Behind that, Casey Schutte down here. How did Casey Schutte end up so far back? Down in P24, battling with Hayden Gibber. Oh, and a big drift it looked like there from TJ Venture, I think, behind. It's not quite the optimal racing line, but it works. Eric Gossian here pressuring onto Jay Donnelly. John Donnelly, that is. John Donnelly looking like he will be holding it, but oh, a little bit too late on the brakes. Has to take to the gravel. It's going to compromise the exit massively. Will Eric Gossian and as well as Patrick D get an advantage here into turn one. Eric Gossian gets by Patrick D side by side into T1, has the inside line, and does manage to make it stick, and as well gets by Eric Gossian. Lovely move. Eric Gossian kept caught sleeping right there. Not sure how that happened. Side by side, though, Eric Gossian not wanting to give that position up. Now coming on to the first straight. Kind of straight. Will take that position back from Patrick D. And I can't quite tell, but that bonnet of that Porsche doesn't look fully attached. Looks like there might have been a bit of contact with Patrick D. Eric, why are you in chat? You're driving. Get the hell out of here. Bit further up the field, Luis Castro, Kyle Hampshire, and Bob Robson all running one another. Paula Brady as well behind them. These four looking like they're fairly content with their positions right now. Maserati looking dominant. Love to see a Maserati up there running in that top pack. A little bit further behind, we see Seckham, I think, getting overtaken there by Mike Burkov. Mike Burkov making his way through the field. Very nice indeed. And a lot of action down here. Hayden Gibber, TJ Venture, Valencer all getting involved here. And I think that's a lapped car of Ricardo Sapien as well getting involved. No, not quite. Oh, this contact. The 84 cars around Valencer. Has a bit of an error there we'll see here with Hayden Gibber. That Countryside Porsche as well. And then the TJ Ventures. Oh, and there's just a bit of a side swipe. Not sure anyone is really at fault for that. It's kind of sort of just a racing incident. 3 does not go into 1 often. We're resuming back into the action. We see more racing. Patrick D trying to go side by side with John Donnelly here. Thinks better of it. Has to tuck in behind. Actually, I think John Donnelly, my bad, got in front of. We see Andrew Casey. I think getting overtaken there by Versosa for P20. 31 drivers on the grid tonight. Lots of action amongst it. Steven Tomczyk down here trying his best to pressure Zayas. It's Oscar Zayas down here in that BMW for P14. Aston looking like they made a little bit of contact. George Elmer in that Alpine trying to pressure. This is the equivalent of a Terrier attacking a Doberman. You see the little Alpine biting at the heels here of the Camaro. And we'll see if we can see any move here. A little bit of a compromised entrance onto the back straight for the Camaro. That Camaro, though, a little bit heavy. George Elmer wanting to get by. Has the pace for sure. Last lap lapping at a 139. And we saw Fujikawa in front lapping at a 141. Yellow flag from... Oh, no. What happened here? Dimitri is around. We'll see what happened here. Coming into... You see side-by-side action from behind. And oh, just way too deep into the chicane. Clobbers the curb. Ends up pirouetting that rear-engine Porsche. Flat 6 engine. Very heavy. Ends up pirouetting and facing the wrong direction on track, unfortunately. Tomczyk here, we saw pressuring Zayas. Notice as well, trying to sneak into that action. George Elmer, though, still attacking. We'll see if the Doberman can hold on for right now. Another yellow flag, just for a matter of seconds there. So far, the Camaro holding its ground. Porsche not, or excuse me, the Alpine not quite with the pace to get that overtake done with the pace to lap quicker, but cannot get by currently. Casey Schutte a bit further behind. Wants to try to get that overtake, though, done onto Malaysia. Yes, I got it right. Malaysia. Not quite, though. Malaysia holding off that position for right now for P21. See George Elmer here. Is going to make the move. Dives to the inside. The Terrier trying to send it down the inside on the off the race. So there's contact. The Doberman absolutely slams to the slaughter there. George Elmer absolutely clobbered. Bumping and banging all around. We see the Alpine getting bullied there. And now under massive pressure from Zayas, Tomczyk, and Kronotis behind. And it, oh no, and Elmer, the Doberman, or excuse me, the Terrier, just can't handle the pressure from the rest of that pack. Ends up going around again, unfortunate, and looks like, I think they may have returned. Did they return to the pits? No, not quite. I think they did stay out. But losing, George Elmer losing pretty much all that's going to be the race over for him. Casey Schutte down here in P20, trying to get that overtake onto Donnelly. Does get it done. Very nice move. Late on the brakes, that Aston Martin showing very nice maneuverability. Porsche here with Yvette. I can't pronounce that. My brain doesn't work that with those syllables. Evtev? Dimitri into the gravel. Not quite where you want to be. John Hawley pressuring onto Steven Tomczyk. See if anything can be made from that. Tomczyk doing a decent job of defending thus far. Yellow flag from Kyle Henley, or Kevin Henley, excuse me. Camaro's not looking the greatest here tonight. Actually, I say that. Why did I say that? We have P10 for Pulsatrix and Fujikawa. The brother and sister combination here running in P11 and 10. See how long they can manage to stick with each other. Nemesis, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Hope everyone is having a great night. Polster Tricks here. Gonna be trying to make the move on to the McLaren. Weaver will go defensive enough, though. Late enough on the brakes. Keeps it on track. Polster Tricks not quite with the move there to get that done. Isn't gonna give up just yet. Hop on board with the Camaro. And McLaren very fast in the straight, though. Camaro good through the corners. We see a little bit of side-by-side action now. Camaro trying to take the long way around. Polster Tricks, can she manage to get it done onto the curbs? Gonna come carry that speed onto the straight. See if they can manage to get anything done. Oh, awesome. That's really good to hear, Nemesis. That's weird, though. So the handbrake isn't the handbrake button. Fair enough. Bulgarian down here. Oh, Weaver. And that Camaro, or excuse me, in the McLaren was battling with the Camaro, facing the wrong way. Let's go back and see what happened there. All on their lonesome, making a bit of an error. Onto the curbs. Too much curbs, bottoms out. Manages to keep it out of the barrier. Not the worst in the world. Does rejoin safely. Now has two Camaros in front of him, though, rather than just one. Oh, okay. You would think that a game... I mean, yeah, fair enough. We see here Seckham, I think, getting attacked massively. Pulgadarin trying to take the long way around. Oh, in fact, the extreme long way around. That AMG taking the rally route. Not quite getting anything done from it, though. Defending, at least, from Pulse... Wait. From Washed. We're looking at Washed right now. Ooh, and taking a lot of curves. We see Pulgadarin carrying that speed, though. Seckham, bit of a compromised exit. We'll see if anything can happen from a side-by-side coming into the back chicane. Has to tuck in, though, but deep goes Seckham. That Aston Martin, very twitchy under the braking here into these chicanes, it seems like. That makes sense, Nemesis. That makes sense. The downforces. Yeah, I suppose AC1 isn't really a drifting game. It's not a drifting game, though. Yellow flag from Elmer. George Elmer into the gravel. That's the hope, Nemesis. AC2, assuming everything goes to plan, as soon as that comes out, I'd imagine we will be planning leagues for that and running, I mean, as much as we can. I'd imagine we'll take new series, continue series, we'll have endurance races, basically carry everything over from AC1 to, or ACC1 to ACC2. Or AC2? Wait. There's too many ACs now. What is AC2? Now I'm lost. Is it the new Assetto Corsa Competizione or is it the new Assetto Corsa? Paula Brady, though. Getting overtaken from Mike Burkhoff a little bit ago. Now under pressure. I had actually no idea that there was a new Assetto Corsa. All right, fair enough. No, we'll see. We'll definitely see. Need to see what content comes out of that then, and if leagues are even possible. Whoa! Late move there. Seckham closing up massively on Polgarin, but trying to get the hurry up though. Polstertrix gonna be making a move, trying to take the long way around. We see the Camaro trying to go. That's not quite the way you want to go. Jay washed right behind as well. That Porsche trying to take any opportunity it can, but the lumbering heavy Camaro here is getting held up a little bit from the Aston Martin. Polgarin, though, the culprit of all of this. Yeah, we are invested in ACC, but I don't want to say anything at all because we have no plans whatsoever but ACC. But we do want to branch out somewhere at some point. Not sure what that is. We have no hurries to do that, and we have no plans to do that, but AC too might be the exactly. It will be extremely exciting. That might be a very good opportunity to do so. Bit further up the field, haven't checked in with these guys too often, but they have been scrapping with each other the whole time. It looks like Bob Robson holding off that pole position, Kyle Hamsphere in second, and Luis Castro right behind as well. Drive-through penalty from Kevin Hanley. Is it Kevin Hanley? Yes, it is. Look at me. How I got that right, I have no idea. I know, Nemesis, the graphics will be better, but that means that everyone needs a better computer too. I just like that's the it's the dog eat dog world right now of game design, where everyone wants better games, which means that it's more intensive, which means you need a better, you know, thing to run it on, and it's just kind of a feedback loop that doesn't end, it seems like. But Malaysia here, then getting overtaken there by Gibber. Gibber pressuring the way through the field. I think they made a little bit of an error and slipped behind. Yeah, I used to be a big console guy. I haven't played consoles since the Xbox One came out. I got the Xbox One when it first came out. Then I moved to PC. PC, I don't want to say is vastly superior. In my opinion, it is vastly superior. 214, you got a lot of work to go, JD. You got a lot of work to go. But that's a start. 214. That's awesome that you went and actually put in a couple laps. We're on the last lap? Wait, hold on. Is that what he just said? It was, okay, yeah, we're at no time left in this race. Bob Robson entering the final lap. Race has flown by. These three, we'll see. Actually, now that we're on the last lap, we'll see if Kyle has anything to say about this position. Man, it's amazing how much curbs these GT4s can take. They just don't even care. Oh, and deep goes Hampshire. That'll give Castro a little bit of an opportunity here coming to the end of the race, but not quite enough. I think Castro will have a little bit of an opportunity now coming into the final chicane, but that will be it. Does he have the run? I don't think so. Yeah, JD, you should definitely look at getting into the Huh? Okay. The race is over. What? I'm lost. Just happened. What is going on with ACC tonight? Okay. Bob Robson, though, taking pole position. I mean, I think these are how the results would have fanned out anyways. I'm not sure how it would have fanned out further down the field. Kyle Hampshire in second place. Luis Castro taking third. Paula Brady in fifth. I don't know why I should. Mike Burkov in fourth. Paula Brady in fifth. Then we have Justin Seckham. I used to, Nemesis. I used to play. I used to be a league driver, actually. That's where I started in this community. And I've just kind of don't really, I don't know. I don't have my wheel set up anymore. And I don't really have the space for it. I moved away, and then I moved back to my place. And that's just kind of, I haven't had time for a setup yet. I do kind of want to drive a little bit more. I do miss it. I do love sim driving. There's no doubt about that. I miss it a lot. What the heck is happening? I've never seen this before in ACC. And we're in the next session.
Green light. Go, go, go.
All right. Qualifying 2. I'd imagine everything's good. I hope. Mostly. People are coming out on track. Lovely. All right. We're good. Good enough, at least. I think. Not many drivers coming out on track, though. A Bentley? What Bentley? No Bentleys in this field. This is GT4. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea if this is a live qualifying session or not. I don't really fully understand what's happening. Maybe the Aston? I think were you looking at this Aston? Because this Aston is pretty sick. Come on, give me this. There we go. That's better. I can see how you could mistake that from a Bentley. Aston Martin Vantage, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think it's the Aston Martin Vantage. I might be completely wrong. That needs a fact check. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not. I think it is. The Vantage V8. Okay, yes. Okay. Thank you. It's a car I've never actually driven before. So it seems like we're live. We got cars on track. Not many, but I think a lot of drivers are as confused as I am. So if you are confused, don't worry. I am equally as confused with what is going on in this session. Yeah. I'm expecting a restart, but also at this point, I think it's a bit late. So, we'll stick with Patty D. In fact, we'll ride on board with him for this lap. Why not? Actually, 263 car, we'll ride on board with them as they're starting their lap, actually. The AMG here of Ricardo Sapien. And we'll do a lap with them. Let me take a quick sip of water. That way I can get through a full lap. But now, coming into turn 1. Braking down in the third gear, braking about 30 meters before that board, trying to get the maximum rotation you can into the first corner. And now it's all about patience now, riding that third gear out as long as you can, trying to get the ample amount of rotation to get that back end to step out, but not enough to turn into a, well, pendulum. Down in the third here, coasting, carrying all of the minimum speed you can here onto this back straight, long straight into the chicane, where you're going to be looking for that braking board here, 100 meter. Then at the weird transition of the side, I don't really know what to call that. That's where you're going to be looking at braking there. Up into fourth gear now. We come rounding the crest into the next chicane, braking at the curbing or just before it, clobbering the curb. Nice. All right. Well, we'll get some ambient music rolling as well in the background while we wait. I was kind of into that lap, I'm not gonna lie.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, we're in free practice now, and then there will be a 12-minute qualifying. So we'll see. People will be joining the server now. Apologize to everyone for the interesting Assetto Corsa Competizione things. Why is no one else joining the server? Am I in like the wrong server now? Okay, gibbers. Okay, we're good. Dude, that's awesome. That is something that I've never really been into, is skateboarding. Something I've always had a massive amount of respect for. But I did it when I was younger for about one session, and I decided it wasn't for me. I just kind of liked driving in circles more. I raced quads and motorcycles. That was my thing. Dude, the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater is amazing. If you're not doing like double kickflip grind, stoppy, endo, reverse, trick flips, I have no idea what I'm talking about, then what are you even doing? You should just go and retire and then play like, I don't know, something less extreme like Skater XL. I know, okay. You're losing me there, Nemesis. You're going way too deep for me. I respect the lore knowledge and dedication, but like I say, I'm not too familiar with the BMX X Games scene. I know a lot about motor racing. If it has an engine in it, I might know about it. But if it doesn't, I'm not necessarily the most educated in those things. Am I from East Coast? No, I'm West Coast Mike. East Coast Mike has retired for the night, and I think he's lurking in the stream. Last time he gave an update, he was lathering himself in the shower. So, hopefully his shower... I'm not going to continue that. Okay. I don't know, skating and road bikes weren't my thing. Which is weird because I grew up with a lot of people that was their thing, but I don't know. Like I say, I just rode quads and motorcycles. I've been riding since I was like, I don't know, 3 years old. A little electric quad. So, like I say, if it has a motor or an engine, I might know about it. But anything else... Yeah, racing's in my blood. Love the smell of a pit lane. Nothing like it. It's intoxicating. Any drivers that are listening currently that were not able to get on, hop in the driver's briefing. This is a memo from Eric. Just popped it down in chat. So if anyone is in chat and you cannot get into the server, pop into the driver's briefing in Discord, and you should be able to solve that there. Oh, look at those fans. Look at these. Hold on. Look at this guy. This is like East Coast Mike right here. Look at this. In fact, there's two of them. Look at this. He's so psyched he duplicated himself. And then you got that lame Ferrari guy. Look at this guy. He's like Kimi Räikkönen sitting back here. He's going to grab his little bottle of champagne and just be chilling in the bushes over there, getting absolutely wasted. Well, this guy here, he's loving life. Look at this. He's duplicated himself and is just cheering on as we see no one coming by right now. This guy as well. Just thrilled. Just thrilled. I am not sure. Pulgarn, I don't know. Holy green flag. Dude, this man, his biceps must be absolutely ripped. He's bonking this man in the head, too. Poor guy. That, I could only do that for a matter of maybe a minute at most. I don't even think I could get there. But this guy, look at him. He's just going. In fact, he has a white and a green. Man. All right. All right, we're forwarding to the next session. Nice.
Green light, go, go, go.
Now we can actually look at some interesting things. Not just men waving flags. Now we can look at men waving green flags temporarily so drivers can go out on track. The driver's now going out on track. The 263 car leading the way, Ricardo Sapien. 39 car behind him. See these drivers now going to be fighting out for a position on track. 12 minutes in this qualifying session. 20 minutes in the next race. Assuming everything goes to plan. We will see. ACC not quite being the reliable gem that it is normally. But nonetheless, we will carry on. Oh no. Who was that? I have literally no idea who that was. Was that Holly? Oh, that was Holly. Oops. Bit too much beans on the throttle there. And turn the McLaren into a grandfather clock. Happens to the best of us, happens to the worst of us. Mostly the worst of us. So we'll jump back here with Ricardo Sapien now, as he has started his lap, going into turn 1. We'll do the onboard now, actually, as last one. So yeah, maximizing the speed here, coming on to the mini straight, where it's all about setting up for the next turn now. Everything is all about carrying that speed onto that back straight. Nice and long, we're going to be flat out pretty much the entire time up into the braking zone. We're going to be looking to brake as late as you possibly can. It's a little bit of an uphill here. You can't quite see it. But braking at that red and white barrier thing, clobbering the inside curbs. That car stepping out a little bit. The front end, though, gripping up just where you would want it to. I think we see Bob Robson in front of him as well. Braking at the red and white curbing there. Little deep in the chicane. At least missing the first chicane. That way you can... Okay, that makes sense. He's faster than me for a reason. Missing the first chicane, that way you can maximize your speed through the second chicane. That, I don't know why that's never dawned on me, but it makes sense. But now, rounding onto the final straight, as we're going to be coming into the penultimate corner, or the last chicane. Gaining a bit on the Bob Robson. I'm not sure if Bob Robson is on a flyer. I don't think he is. Car getting a little out of shape there in the dirty air. But coming across the line, it will be pole position, no matter what, for Sapien. 138.0. Not quite the fastest time. Definitely will see some improvements. Luis Castro, though, 136.9. Tomzik as well. Coming up a little bit short, 139.8. We see Hampshire going to be coming down into P2 with that Maserati. 0.6 off the pace. Not quite the fastest lap from him. Casey Schutte there, 137.8. Nice lap indeed. I think Case Schutte does have a little bit more in him, though. Stephen Tomzik down here in P9 currently, making a good gain. We'll stick with him. In fact, we'll ride with him for the rest of this lap, I think. Currently down in P9, 2 seconds off the time. We will see where he ends up after this lap here. Currently looking to make some decent gains. 0.7 up at least on the Delta. Not the greatest exit onto the back straight there. But now coming into the chicane, this is where it all matters. Trying to hook the chicane up nicely. Manages to keep on that throttle. Short shifts into third. Going to be coming across the line, taking the shortest line possible to improve from P10 all the way up to P5. Solid 1 second game there from Stephen Tomzik, roughly. Kyle Hampshire taking that pole position from Luis Castro. And Luis Castro currently not quite on a lap to answer back just yet. Plenty of lap to go, though, to get a response. Bob Robson here, about halfway through his lap, is about 1/10 up on his current time. Mike Burkov, 0.7 up, but looking like he's going to be getting caught in traffic. Comes across the line for a good improvement there, up to P6. So he does abandon this lap. Going to be returning to pits, changing the setup a little bit. Elmer here. That little Alpine. Gonna be currently about a second up on the time. 3 seconds off pole. But with a good improvement like this, and plenty of lap to improve on, might see a very good amount of time knocked out of there for sure. Behind him, who is that, is actually, we see Seckham trying to get by, but Seckham has already had his lap basically invalidated. So, kind of needs to end. Yeah, you hate to see that. Ando, it's going great. How about you? So far, had a very nice day. It was nice and rainy today, so the weather has been absolutely amazing in real life. In game, looking pretty decent. Oh, where are you at, Ando? Waking up at this time. Like an Aussie? Awesome. Hope that practice has been going really well. Coda, I love that track. Olton, it's a track. I can't deny that. Ah, that makes sense. Well, appreciate you joining the stream nonetheless. Wish you could be here, but you can be here in spirit. Luis Castro, 4/10 up on his lap. Gonna be challenging for that pole position. Has to make up a good amount of time, though, into the final chicane to take it. Coming across the line very soon now, diving to that inside. 5/10 up, not quite enough for pole. 4/100ths off of the time of Bob Robson, but Bob Robson as well on an improving lap. Still plenty to go, though, as well. Casey Schutte down here, just coming across the line. Improves his time a little bit. I think down from P6 up to P4. So not the worst lap from Casey Schutte there. In fact, actually quite a good lap from Casey Schutte, I should say. 137.4. Was about a second off the pace from Kyle Hampshire. Down in, well, not quite, I mean second off the pace of pole. But about 7/10 off the pace there of Kyle Hampshire. Paula Brady there, sneaking in, taking that 4th position. Very nice, splitting that gap very well. There was a nice gap to slot into. She slotted into it very well. I will admit, I do like Olton in GT4s. GT3s, I think they're a little bit much. But I'm also not that great. So, there's that. Bob Robson still on that pole position for right now, improving a little bit. Actually starting another lap. We should see these drivers now starting their final lap here soon. I remember that race. Multi-class Olden, that was a really fun race. I thought that race was going to be really bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. Did I commentate on that one? I almost feel like I did, because I didn't drive in it. I don't know. Oh my. Washed in the barrier. A lot of drivers in the pits there, finishing up their qualifying. Bob Robson still out on track. Luis Castro still out on track. And Kyle Hampshire still out on track. Kyle actually on a decent improvement for his lap. Going to be looking to get that pole position relatively soon. Yes, there was a lot of yellows. Yeah, that sounds right. Kyle there messing up the back sector just a little bit. And then coming across the line, will it be enough for pole position? I don't think it will. In fact, it isn't even enough to improve him into P2. Does improve his time very vaguely, or very a little. And Justin here, going to be trying to improve on his time as well. Looking like maybe going to get held up a tiny bit by Polgarin, or even helped along with the slipstream. We'll see. Actually not too compromised by that dirty air, I would imagine. Coming across the line, no improvement. Stays in P7. Professor Kenotis, only other driver really to have any improvement by the end of this lap. Zayas still has a chance, actually. We'll stick with them for now. Or we'll ride on board with Kenotis. Kenotis, 3/10 up. He actually does have a pretty good chance to make a decent improvement here. Gain a couple positions. We'll stick with his AMG here. 42 car. Yeah, Kyle Hampshire, he's doing really well in that Maserati. I don't think he's a rookie. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that. I think he's a fraud. Not really, obviously. Everyone's welcome in this series. Rookies and drivers that are not necessarily rookies and just not quite, you know. There's always going to be a fastest driver, I guess is what I'm trying to say, in short. And currently Bob Robson, Luis Castro, and Kyle Hampshire all showing very, very good pace. Paula Brady sneaking up not too far behind. Casey Schutte as well, that P5. We have Pulsatrix consistently there in that Camaro in about P6, P7, P8. You always see her around there. But now, P6. Very nice qualifying from her indeed. Justin Seckham down in P7. Mike Burkov in P8. See if I can get a better... All these camera angles suck. Steven Tomzik in P9. Then we have John Hawley lining up next to him in P10. Ricardo Sapien and P11 in that 263 AMG. The 44 car here of Alejandro Polgarin lining up in P12. We have Potts Weaver down in P13 in that McLaren. We have Professor Kenotis as well. P14, as we saw towards the end of that qualifying, we were following along with him. That T-Swizzle 2022 car. TJ Washed down here in P15. Eric Kossian sitting firmly in P16. Not the greatest qualifying from him. Not the worst either. Fairly average. Elmer, we saw, who was on a pretty decent lap, but had to abandon it, unfortunately. Down in P17. Versosa in P18. We have Kubage. Jeremy Kubage? Kubage. I'm going to say both of them throughout the stream. Okay. Patty D. Going to be sitting down here in P20. We have Oscar Zayas in P21. Andrew Casey in P22. Hayden Giver in P23. Dmitry Evtev. Oh my. My brain can't work that one. Patrick Malesa, I think. I know I was told how to pronounce that one. I'm pretty sure it's Malesa. Chase Donnelly in a P26. John Donnelly lining him next to his brother. P27. I got it. Lovely. And Kevin Henley bringing up the rear for P28 in that number 15 Camaro. Engines now starting up. See the McLaren. Very nice livery. I like all these drivers have actually put a good amount of work in their liveries for sure. Some of these drivers in particular have put a lot. And I think now is a good time to hydrate. If anyone's even roughly debating taking a sip of water, now's your chance. Take a good long swig of water or Gatorade or whatever fluid you have. Hydration is key. Water, it's like life's health potion. It's what I always say. Not the longest out lap here, so we won't have to wait too long. Drivers getting as much heat as they can into the tires. Take a look at the weather conditions. Looking all good, I think, actually, now that I think about it. We don't have variability set for the rookie league, so there wouldn't be variability anyways. 20 minutes to go on the clock, though. About halfway through the formation lap, these drivers eager to get underway. Paula Brady not getting too much heat into the tires. Very comfortable. Rather than getting heat into the tires, she has ice in her veins. And I think we just saw Kyle Hampshire drop out again. His internet unfortunately cutting out. Oops, I just punched my mic. Apologize. So, Bob Robson on pole position, Luis Castro behind that, and Paula Brady now lining up in the third podium slot. Wait, whose car is that? 97. What is happening? The Maserati is still there. Oh no, he's here. What happened? Whatever, it doesn't matter. He's here. I think I'm blind, is honestly what happened there. Doesn't matter. It just doesn't. The driver is now going to be coming into the final chicane for the final time here tonight. All the practice has led up to this for these drivers. We will see now. Coming now on to the start-finish straight. As the flags are getting ready to fall and go green here tonight at Zolder. We are now green in the front, green in the back. We are racing here at Zolder. Cars are underway. It's a very good start for Bob Robson. The Maserati down the inside there of Luis Castro. Luis Castro kind of caught sleeping just a little bit. Kyle managing to get that overtake done very early behind that Paula Brady, falling down behind just a little bit. Then back further in the field, we see Pulsitrix getting by, I think, Casey Schutte, but Casey Schutte fighting back as well. And then a big lunge from Justin Seckham. Second, not quite getting anything done to that. We see Mike Burkov behind, now trying to take advantage of that opportunity. Bit of a gap as well down to Holly. Holly leading out that pack behind. We see that cone getting absolutely ravaged on the track there. Professor Kanotis making up a few positions, I think. John Holly here down. The cones are everywhere. It's cone carnage. Paula Brady, unfortunately, losing out on that position. But sticking in fourth nonetheless. Very nice start from her indeed. Casey Schutte behind, making up one position. On to Pulsitrix. Pulsitrix just not caught sleeping. Just more, maybe just a very nice overtake from Casey. Mike Burkov sitting down in P7 right now, having to defend and almost. We have Justin Seckham trying to push him through the corners almost a little bit there. Trying to get Mike to get the hurry up on. John Hawley down in P9 pushing along as well with these guys. And we see maybe a move here from Holly, but it's going to be a tough one indeed. This track, not the easiest to make an overtake on. We see a yellow flag from Casey. That's a Camaro in the wall. Or that's Henley, excuse me. What happened? As we see, it's going to be coming through the final chicane here. We see a rocket. Oh my. Ooh. That looks like a disconnect or a technical difficulty. I don't think that was intentional by any stretch of the imagination. Cardo Sapien here, I think getting a move done by Chronotis, but defending from it nonetheless. Chronotis there. The nice attempt. And now is going to be under attack from behind from Eric Gakassian. P13 now. But actually, not quite. Eric running a bit wide. That's going to compromise his exit. It's going to give Potts Weaver a good opportunity. But Potts has to keep his eye in his rearview mirror there of TJ Washed. TJ Washed sitting down in P16 currently. Waiting for a nice opportunity. 16 and a half minutes to go on the clock. See one car in the pits of Henley, unfortunately. After a bit of a technical difficulty drop there. Not sure what happened. TJ Washed onto the grass, bit deep. That car is going to keep going around. It's a rear engine car. Oh, but he manages to get on the brakes. Luckily in time. Reverses off the track. Stays out of the way. Wow, he would have got collected there if he didn't reverse there. That was very good recovery. Safe recovery, I should say. Very unfortunate that it happened in the first place, but he did a great job of keeping it off the track after he went off the track. I thought we were going to see a Porsche basically flying back onto the track into the line of cars and causing carnage, but luckily we did not. You see here, Kubich trying to attack Chris Donnelly. That's going to be a very nice exit from Jeremy here. Jeremy Kubich going to be trying to make a move down the inside from that long back straight into the chicane. Gets it done. There's not much of a fight whatsoever from Chris Donnelly there. Chase Donnelly. Hayden Gibber here, getting an overtake done on to Casey. Casey going very slow. Not sure what happened there. Maybe just a bit of an error. Didn't quite catch that. A bit further up the field, though, we see Paula Brady pressuring Luis Castro. Paula Brady with showing some very nice pace tonight, lapping at a 137.3. And Luis Castro actually 136.9 on this previous lap. 137.3 from Luis Castro. So Paula Brady actually lapping faster last lap. Fastest lap currently set by Kyle Hampshire down at a for a 136.7. 136.71 because Bob Robson is a 136.79. So these two very close on pace. Matt Casey's under a bit of pressure right now. Has to keep an eye on the rearview mirror. Pulls her tricks. Gonna make any move she can in that Camaro. But still, nonetheless, very patient and waiting for the right one. Bit too far back to have a good lunge at it right now. These three drivers, though, sticking with each other. Four drivers, in fact. All within a second. We see yellow flag from Zayas. This looks like this might have been an incident on his own. Onto the curbing. The car just pirouettes around. He does not manage to keep it. He does manage to keep it out of the barrier, I think. Wow. This was very close. And fairly safe rejoin. So, not the worst error from Zayas there. Unfortunate nonetheless, but recoverable. And we see a bullet of a Porsche, and wow, a lot of cars here concertinaing together. Melissa here is going to be trying to get by Chase Donnelly. Chase Donnelly doing a very nice job of defending. This is BMW on BMW action here. Down the inside, we see Malaysia going to be getting that move done. Very nice, carrying the speed through onto the exit, securing that position. And as well, we see Donnelly now under pressure from the car behind him, TJ Washed. And there's almost contact there. In fact, there might have been contact there. Let's go back and see that again with Chase Donnelly here. This is Chase Donnelly onto Malaysia coming into T1 here. Oh, and there was definitely contact. Chase Donnelly there just focusing a little bit too much on the rear view mirrors and going right into the back of Malaysia. Malaysia coming off not too great from that as well. Chase Donnelly, though, now down here with his brother, John Donnelly. Zayas pressuring Hayden Gibber very nicely as well. Looking a bit up the field, we see Ricardo Sapien pressuring Professor Chronotis. This is a battle that's been happening for a while now, it seems like. Battle that I would imagine is going to continue. We'll not seize just yet. See here, Ricardo Sapien being very patient. See if he can set up a move here onto the start-finish straight, but this isn't really the greatest opportunity. A bit behind, though, Alejandro Pulgarin, proving me wrong. Try to go down the inside of Steven Tomczyk. Can he manage to get that overtake done? He's going to have the long line here around turn 2. Going for the switchback, trying to carry that speed. Can he manage to hold it? He has a wheel alongside. This is going to be very difficult. Onto the grass a tiny bit. He does have to tuck behind for right now. Even further up the field, we have Mike Burkov here pressuring Pulsatrix. Little KTM on the big old Camaro. Pulsatrix showing very good amount of skill with that Camaro. He's a very skilled driver in general, and definitely can show it with a Camaro. No doubt about that. As I said, a little bit of a step out. Professor Chronotis down in P12 with a drive-through penalty. Track limits, unfortunately, getting the best of him here. The leaders all having about a second of a gap between each other. They're fairly content where they're at, it seems. Not too worried about pressuring. Still have 10 minutes to go. Plenty of time to just pull away from the rest of the pack. 3 seconds ahead of Casey Schutte. Mike Burkov gets by without eating. I don't think Pulsatrix was fighting that. I think maybe Pulsatrix had a small error there and then just said, it is what it is, and isn't really too focused on battling Mike Burkov. Mike Burkov showing extremely rapid pace. I mean, as always, Mike Burkov, very fast driver. Giving a great name to the fellow Mikes out there. And Professor Chronotis, the drive-through penalty, running off the track. I can see why track limits have been an issue for him. At this rate, he might have another drive-through penalty by the time he gets around the track. Hopefully that's not so. Ricardo Sapien just trying to survive right now, it seems. Stay in front of that pack. Does not want to fall victim into it. He'll lose a lot of time falling into that pack. Casey here, making a good move onto Donnelly. John Donnelly, not quite with the pace after that little incident that he had. Careening into the back of another car, unfortunately. And I want to see here, Alejandro Pulgarin has a good attack line here onto Steven Tomczyk. Has been with him for a good few laps now. But gonna have a move. Good opportunity down the inside here. Late enough on the brakes. Is going to look like he's going to make it stick, but will have the outside line. There's almost a bit of contact. That Mercedes stepping out on the back end, but Alejandro Pulgarin keeps his foot in it. Trying to go round the long way. Take the switch back here. Is going to have the inside line for the sweeper onto the back straight. And on the grass goes Steven Tomzik. That's going to get Pulgarin in the position. Very, very nice overtake there. Relentless from the Colombian. Professor Canotis getting by Ricardo Sapien as well. I think these two are going to be fighting it out for a little bit. I don't think they have any plans on stopping. Actually, I take that back. Professor Canotis has to pit, so he does have a plan on stopping. But for now, these guys are all very content to battle it out. Eric Kakassian getting involved as well, now battling with Ricardo Sapien. You see these three, and the Ginetta behind as well, trying to find any window it can to sneak through. But this track, fairly narrow. It is called Row Your Boat. I don't know. Assuming you're talking about Tomzik's. Ricardo Sapien pressuring onto Eric Kakassian. Eric Kakassian with a nice overtake actually got by fairly easily. The Ginetta trying to make a move as well, but also trying to keep up with him. AMG tucking to the outside, out of that slipstream and dirty air. Carrying the speed here, but I don't think he's going to make anything of it just yet. A bit further back, we see Patty D. Some Porsche on Porsche action here. Patty D tacking onto Hayden Gibber. 808 Porsche, both rear-engined boxer engines here, right? No, flat six. They're flat sixes. Oh, the KTM. Oh, okay. Holly, what the I think we've had a big disconnect. I think that... Go back and see that. Oh, that was an error. But it might have been caused by lag. I think we just saw... disconnect. I'm not sure, though. There is a battle for P1. Lovely. No, there's not. You lied. Oh, he did. You're not lying. I lied. I'm a liar. Yeah, Hampshire, he's really good in that Maserati. Very quick driver indeed. I'm looking at a lot of things right now. Also, I was looking down the field. That was why. I wasn't looking up the field. Pay attention to the relevant things. I know. Versosa pressuring Ricardo Sapien. And actually TJ Washed, I think with a good move opportunity onto Potts Weaver. Here Potts Weaver looking like he made a little bit of a mistake in that McLaren and a little bit more of a mistake onto the grass. That's going to compromise the exit on to the little tiny not so straight here. Oh no, Holly's game crashed. That sucks. Man, ACC being a big poop tonight. I don't know. Lots of technical difficulties, it seems, throughout everyone. George Elmer with some mechanical difficulties after having put it in the barrier. Eric Kakassian made an error. No surprises there. Just throwing a little bit of shade. I gotta. Luckily for him, I didn't catch it. So, unlucky for us, but it's okay. Patty D here is going to be trying to make a move onto Hayden Gibber. Still, these two Porsches going at it. I imagine it will continue for a while, too. These two showing fairly similar pace. We see Patty D lapping at a 140 last lap, 140.3, and Hayden Gibber lapping at a 140.3. So these drivers lapping extremely similar paces. Same with this lap, 140.9 from Patrick D and a 140.8. They're very close. So close that my brain can't handle. Casey Schuty's off. What the heck happened here? He's Schuty all on his lonesome, sitting down in P4. Runs wide. Oh, pretty big hit with the barrier and goes back into it. And returns to pits. Okay. That sucks. With 2 minutes left in the race, figured could limp it home, but that's all right. Fair enough. It happens. Hayden Gibber down here attacking Zayas. Zayas in that BMW. I feel like he's made up a few positions without trying, but I also don't know. I haven't. Zayas, I think, is a name new to the league, and yeah, just welcome anyone that is new to the league or anyone interested in joining the league. We'll have 1 minute left to go here. It's the rookie league, of course. We're currently on round 6. Still a few rounds to go. But always more leagues as well in the Trackalicious community if anyone is interested. Trackalicious Discord, as well as Trackalicious on SimGrid. A lot of these drivers have settled into their positions at this point. See, small yellow flag. What was that? Oh. Eric Gossian taking out a cone. What did that cone ever do to you, Eric? Kyle Hampshire on the final lap. 97 Maserati. Gotta love it. Doing an amazing drive so far. Whoa. Almost binned it. Didn't, but almost did. Very smooth. That Maserati, no traction control, no ABS. Driver assists are for plebs, basically. Anyone who is, whew. Maybe we'll stick with Kyle for the rest of this lap, as he just has to survive. He has 5.5 seconds. 6 seconds now to Castro. 6.5 seconds. Castro looking like he made a bit of an error himself. So just bring it home, Kyle. Let's, jeez. Alejandro Pulgarin with a drive-through penalty on the last lap. Oh, you hate to see it. All right, assuming the chicane goes nice and well. Final sequence of corners for Kyle Hampshire is going to successfully navigate them. Comes across the line for that first position. Very nice indeed from Kyle. Luis Castro going to be taking that second position. Paula Brady with a podium. All right. Taking that third position now after... Huh? Where did Bob Robson retired? Not sure when Bob Robson retired. Bob Robson did, though. Paula Brady, though, taking that third position. Very nice indeed. Mike Burkov, 4th position, getting the red flag waved at him. Pulsatrix taking 5th. Nice race from her indeed. Justin Seckham is going to be sitting in 6th. Alejandro Pulgarin in 7th, but actually probably a bit further, quite a bit further back after that. And so on, though. We will still, let's get a look here, get some of these drivers. I'm going to grab... anyone who is in the top 3 in either race, feel free to pop up into the green room if you are here. I don't see too many people. Am I blind? I don't think I am, though. The race is still going on. No, it's not. No, everyone's finished at this point. There might have been still some battles. Sorry, apologies to anyone that did have battles going on after the line. Trying to figure out this Discord situation. Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Where the heck are all the podium people? Oh, there's Castro.
They're shy. They don't want to come. But we have Seacombe and Pulgarin, who had a sweaty 1 and 2.
What? All right, Eric's gone. Welcome, guys.
What?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm famous.
What'd you guys do? I don't.
If you saw the stream, race 1, it was a great battle.
Yeah, what was it, 5 or 6 laps? You and I both were just going hell for leather.
Okay, well.
So congratulations to us.
Does Luis? Wait, so Eric, does Luis not want to pop up here?
They don't, but I do have Paula Brady here for P3.
Sweet, Paula, welcome, the podium sitter for tonight, and if I'm not mistaken, your first podium at Trackalicious.
Hey, Paula.
Give it all you can.
Hello, hello.
Hey, Paula.
How you doing, Paula?
Exhausted?
Yep.
I am very exhausted considering this was my 4th race today.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Okay.
Dedication. Is this your first podium for Trackalicious?
I'm not sure, maybe. Definitely in the series, that's for sure.
Well, awesome. Congratulations. Very nice drive. Kind of got gifted to you. I'm not sure what happened to Bob Robson there at the end.
Yeah, his internet cut out. He, for some reason, got removed from the server. So, yeah, that sucked for him. But everyone, I got to run. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the interview. See ya.
Okay. Have fun, Eric.
Okay.
I'm still not sure why Seckham and Pulgarin are here. I'm gonna yeet you guys. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.
It's been a
pleasure. Paula, the only podium sitter that is wanting to join me tonight in the booth. So how was your race?
I mean, I felt very much in control throughout most of it. I mean, towards the end, the tire wear did become an issue. But definitely in the first half of the race, I definitely felt like I was in control, and the AMG is definitely very nice for that, considering that you just have to like tweak out the understeer of it. But overall, I think this was a race where I still felt like very much in control, and like getting on the podium was definitely a nice reward for the amount of effort I put into racing in general. So I'm definitely happy.
Awesome. And just a quick question: are you going to continue streaming after this?
Maybe for a little bit.
Maybe for a little bit. So does that mean if I rated you, you would be more inclined to?
I can Sure.
All right. Well, then, in that case, since Paula Brady is the only podium sitter with us tonight, we're going to send the raid over to her. So, Paula, congratulations on the podium. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. And thanks, everyone, as well. Paula, do you have any final words to end on?
Well, just thank you for putting on such an awesome series, and definitely been enjoying it throughout the season so far, and I'm hoping that the end is just as stronger than the beginning.
Awesome. I agree. Alrighty. And on that note, we're going to send this over to Paula Brady. So thanks, everyone, for joining, and make sure to go check her out. Say hi. Give her a follow.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
And Paula, I will let you go. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, you too.
And have a good night to everyone.